Thank you, Merry 2018. This is the first Aero Panel episode of 2018.
Episode 18.
Episode 18. 2018, episode 18.
Happy coincidence.
Yeah, so this is James, a.k.a. Buzzard, and I'm joined with...
Roger Clark, at Roger Clark on Twitter.
Dalton Runberg, a.k.a. Blue Chow.
Jeff Lloyd Funga.
And we're back from a little vacation. We took a little hiatus while we traveled around and just played DDR in other places besides where we live.
What else are you going to do, you know?
Yeah. So, where'd you go, Roger?
I went to the south, flew to New Orleans, then drove basically to Florida, and spent some time in Orlando, played at the Dave & Buster's there, and met up with some people. Shout-outs to Matt Beckemeyer and Chester and Kaiser Fox from Twitter. A lot of good players around that area, and seems like a pretty happening scene. The machine was in use pretty much constantly. I guess it's Orlando, so there's a lot of tourism, and basically just like a ton of civilians were on it constantly.
Civilians.
Was it like the Hollywood DDR machine?
Yeah, it was basically exactly like that.
Or how I imagine Times Square is.
Yeah, Times Square was
based on the stories I've heard.
So it was just in constant use. A lot of spectators too. And they were really nice. Everyone was like, "Oh wow, you guys are amazing," etc., etc. So yeah, good times there.
Nice. Yeah, I went to Phoenix, which is my hometown, and I wanted to bring it up because I was absolutely delighted to see two really old school players back at it, and like really killing it too. Shout outs to Reese, if you're listening, and David B. It was really nice to meet you again. I actually found out that David B. was mentioned in my dad's article from 2005 about the DDR scene in Phoenix in the New Times magazine, which was pretty cool. So there's a bunch of players that are back now.
Yeah, I saw David B. up on the KAC rankings.
He's on the KAC rankings too. Yeah,
and I was like, who is this person? So
very determined player. He's
awesome.
Practicing a ton and really killing it. And everybody there was so nice too. Everybody was like really respectful about lines and stuff. And everybody was playing a good mix of songs, which was awesome. So it was awesome to see other communities out there flourishing. DDR is definitely back.
Was that a DDR pun? Flourish?
I guess.
That's one of my favorite songs from X.
You really like it?
Yeah, I like it.
X again. So we have a couple of news items.
Hey.
Oh, did I miss something? You? Where did you go?
I went to Fresno and I played ITG on Steven's machine.
See, you didn't play DDR. Well, I guess that counts. How was that? Were you playing more originals? Because I know that's what Steven's been playing a lot lately.
No, I mostly just we had a nostalgia trip, an ITG nostalgia trip of just playing like old. We played Cross Time, which is still very good, like old custom charts.
Nice.
From back in the day, and I played Pluto Relinquish, and all sorts of fun things. But yeah, I didn't go anywhere exciting.
What was your tweet about Pluto Relinquish again? That was really funny.
Oh,
it was like a piano falling out of the fan.
Pluto Relinquish sounds like somebody left their van door open and a piano fell out and tumbled down a cliff. Because it has like a bum, 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 bum. It has like a car door open noise.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And then just very like discordant piano noises.
Actually, Roger, I like your story about how you and Samit used to drive around Ohio.
Me and my friend Samit, he had this thing for Pluto Relinquish for some reason. And it was super cold this winter after it first came out, and Samit just had the CD in his car, and the only thing on it was Pluto Relinquish. And we would just drive around, and it was so cold that winter, and we would just hear Pluto Relinquish on loop, and it just like that song to me feels cold.
Chills when you hear it.
It's like we were talking about the other day of like certain like I was saying 12th note songs feel purple to me.
Yeah, purple
because like in ITG 12th notes are purple, and but somebody else was like, oh no, it's green in DDR, and I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. But yeah, it's not like when you have those associations with certain songs for like these weird reasons.
Like we know what to do. It's a purple song.
Yeah, it's a purple song. Yeah.
What about you, Jeff?
I got my wisdom teeth taken out,
Ooh.
And so any blood that flows to my brain or my head area feels like my mouth's gonna explode. So I tried. Still, yeah, actually a little bit. When I go upstairs, kind of throbs in my mouth a little bit. It's not the greatest feeling.
So that means DDR is not working too well.
Yeah, I did have to go to the arcade and got a really good KAC set in, and I'm really grateful for that because I just left afterwards, and I was like, thank God I don't have to play anymore because my head hurts. Everything else hurts too.
You didn't take any drugs?
Oh, I took a lot of drugs. What are you talking about? I had painkillers up the wazoo. It was okay until they ran out.
I don't think that's where you're supposed to put them.
Oh, up the...
Well, it works. It does work if you try it. So
I guess
Roger says it with confidence.
this episode is going to be our episode about drugs, I guess.
I'm not saying you should just get your wisdom teeth out just to get painkillers. I wouldn't recommend that route.
because it still hurts anyway.
Still hurts anyway.
Yeah.
So didn't play that much DDR.
But you had a killer set.
I did.
That was awesome.
We can go into that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it maybe when Chris is here, if he ever visits us.
Or later in the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah. So do you want to get into some news items?
Yeah, sure.
So I guess, yeah, speaking of Chris, the first thing we want to talk about is Egoism 440 PFC.
Challenge.
Challenge, yeah. The challenge chart has been PFC'd now.
First 19.
Yeah, first 19 PFC. Obviously the first time Egoism's ever been PFC'd. Any thoughts about that, fellas?
It's just, I mean, honestly, it's just crazy. That song, like, I played on Stepmania, and I still have a hard time with it, and it just doesn't stop. And, like, the amount of dedication that he has with that song is just, like, kind of unreal to me. Like, I went to the arcade with him one day, and he was trying to do it one day, and he was playing for, like, 6 hours. He played that song 75 times. 75 times.
Did he post the count afterwards of like, I had to play it this many times to PFC? I didn't see.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But on my phone that day, I had 75 videos of him playing Egoism 440 Challenge. And you know what? If I play 75 songs in a day, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are going to be like 11.
Yeah, he's probably played Egoism more times than I've played any song, like all songs
so
combined.
It's just crazy to me that, like...
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the amount of dedication.
He makes it look so easy. Like I watched this video and I was like inspired, and I was like, man, that doesn't look that bad. And so like I went and played it, and I was like,
yeah, it really is kind of nuts how much harder the 19s are than the 18s.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like Egoism is definitely the easiest 19. It actually brings up the thing I'm thinking is like, what's the next 19 that's going to be PFC'd after this? Thinking ahead, and I'm like, I can't see a good case for any of them.
Chris got like, what, 5 and a good or something on Paranoid Revolution?
Yeah, but honestly, like, I mean, obviously that's an insane score, but like, getting all of those hard parts
down
in one run is like, feels crazy to me. Like, absolutely can't happen for years. Like, they're the one like 30-second drill.
Yeah, at the
like
end.
You have to do. There are so many different parts to mess up that like at least Egoism is like, it is streamy. And it's dense, and it's long, and those 24ths are fucking rude. Excuse the language. But, like, I can envision a future, like, I envisioned a future where it was PFC'd. I actually thought it was going to happen last year when Chris and I were grinding for KAC, because we knew that he was going to pick it. And I was like, this is going to be the year that someone gets Egoism. I guess it still was, but I was thinking in the earlier half. But, like, over the period, no idea when that's going to get done. Like, Paranoid Revolution still seems very far out. Valkyrie Dimension, absolutely no. Like, even if you can get the beginning of Valkyrie, the ending with, like, the weird Scooby into a bracket jump step, why is that there? Like, there's just, each of the other 19s just has, like, certain things about it that feel insurmountable. I actually think over the period is probably, it's mean and rude and doesn't stop, just like Egoism, and it's much harder, but it's not quite as... like BS as Paranoid Revolution or Valkyrie. That'd be my guess, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it would still take an insane amount of work.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that song, there's still so many parts to mess up.
Yeah, all the 24ths are really, really challenging.
Yeah, the next 19 PFC probably won't be a surprise. It's going to be like a long
time coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I mean, Chris even had trouble with over the period Expert because it has like the speed up into the jump. Like, was really hard for him to time.
Wait, what is it like in the challenge?
I don't even know what it's like in the challenge.
Why am I blanking on
this? But I can't imagine it being any easier, like, right toward the end. So, I don't know. That might be the hang.
Oh, yeah, it's like a Scooby run.
Okay, so... So just ignore everything you just said.
Yeah, well... But it's a Scooby run at, like... Well, it's like a Scooby run at, like, 210? Into a jump. It still seems easier than Paranoid Revolution.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Because we know Chris is so good at doing Scoobies at 200 because he's PFC'd May and everything.
Yeah,
so.
Well, that's also the funny part is like there's not a single crossover really in in egoism.
Yeah.
And I remember you won during one of the KACs was like, why does everyone think this is hard? There's no crossovers in it. It's like, done.
He said that?
Yeah, well, he was making a joke, like, but
it's amazing that he's like self-aware enough.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I thought that was really funny. But yeah, there's lots of crossovers and everything else. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting. I think the next 19 that will be PFC hasn't been released yet. They might just release a new 19 that is less mean than the other ones.
Well, we talked about that with 18s, right? Because they're starting to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll fill it out. They'll fill out the range, I think.
That's a good point. I think I agree. That probably will happen.
Except if Endymion is any indication about where they're pushing the difficulty in terms of the 19s. I mean, we still haven't seen a 20 yet. Maybe that's their focus this year or something.
Yeah, who knows?
So, lots of fun.
What will happen when the first 20 comes out? People will die.
Yes. That's a really good
good quote from Ringo.
Endymion.
Endymion, yeah. All right, yeah, so next up, speaking of Endymion, I guess somewhat related, there's a leak for the Ace for Aces expert chart.
And also Endymion Challenge.
And Endymion Challenge and Challenge on doubles.
Yeah, an Ace for... Well, so Endymion Challenge double, Ace for Aces single expert, and Ace for Aces double expert. Those three charts. Because we've seen Endymion CSP already, because Fems is a beast. So not sure exactly what happened, but all of a sudden, I woke up on like the 31st or something to like the Ace for Aces expert video being posted on every social media channel that I could find.
Yeah.
And I don't know who uploaded the video.
Yeah, it seems like it was kind of anonymous.
So we don't. I guess we don't know if it's official quite yet.
Yeah.
Or we don't know if it's the real chart yet. I do know that some people have probably figured out how to take machines apart and actually like transcribe the chart.
Well, what's interesting, I think, about this that makes people think that it's real is that Ace for Aces clean audio didn't exist. And everything got dumped onto Xenius iVanisher, which is one of the sites that people like sort of compile charts and stuff. And it got dumped like the steps plus the clean audio. And like that's like how would you get the clean audio if you didn't have a rip of the game?
Yeah.
So that like sort of gave credence to the idea that it's like actually legit.
Yeah, and the chart for Ace for Aces.
I hope it's
what
not
do you guys
real.
think about it?
Oh god, I watched it like against my better judgment, and oh my god, it's like there's so many parts that are wrong,
and it's kind of repetitive in some places. That I was just like, like why are you doing that?
Yeah.
It doesn't look fun.
It's Konami as hell.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's U1 as hell. It looks like a U1 chart because all the rhythms are wrong.
I like Konami charts, and it just seemed like just not inspired to me, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, it's the whole song in general sort of feels weird to like end Ace on. It's just not.
I don't think it's that. I think Over the Period was like a great example of like final.
Yeah, definitely.
OMES, like it just like feels like a banger.
Yeah, that's what I mean is that Ace for Aces is not that.
Yeah. It's when you compare it to the last OMES, it just like feels so weak in comparison.
Yeah,
I don't know. So
maybe they wanted to do something kind of more like Dance Dance Revolution with Extreme, where it's like a hard song and then an easy song,
an easier song. Yeah.
I don't know. If they wanted to make it more like Dance Dance Revolution, they should have made it 150 BPM and added rap and made it good. Bring Naoki back, please. But yeah, and then Endymion CDP
is.
I know, Roger, you had some thoughts on it.
Well, I guess we all thought it was like the first actual 20.
It has to be a 20. I mean, like,
there's some crazy stuff.
Konami probably hasn't rated it as a 20 yet, but I assume that over the next couple of years they'll re-rate it as 20.
You think so?
Because have you seen it?
I watched it just now.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, at a certain point, everything feels hard.
That's
like, on
true.
Double,
I mean,
like,
I'm not that great at double. I can only do like 17s, kind of okay.
Yeah, like
but
I can PFC some 16s, but I can't even like I barely pass some 17s on double. Like I remember playing Idola and just like almost falling off the pad. Like it was so hard. So I can't even really comprehend what it means to be a 19 on double.
That's true.
And I've seen people like Takaske play, and just watching his form, like he makes it look so easy. So maybe it's not that bad.
I don't know. I was just watching a video of him playing Egoism, and we're talking about this earlier a couple days ago. I think that I think Oliver was saying that Egoism it might actually be harder than Endymion.
Really?
Yeah, double. Just because of the way that it like whips you on the pads. Like it's just like from one side to the other. Whereas Endymion, it sort of flows better, I guess. And the transitions quite aren't. Damn.
There's some like
aren't quite as bad.
There's some what I would describe as like spins, I guess, which is like, you know, left down on the player one side and then up right on the other side. Did you see those?
It's an awkward pattern.
Yeah,
sure.
I can't imagine even executing that. That's crazy. Although that being said, there's some doubles charts on Pump It Up that I still think are harder.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Pump has been
so if you compare it
somewhere else for a long time.
Yeah. So the D24s, those are actually like 24s.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you look at Paradox D28 or whatever.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen, like, and watching Fefems play that is absolutely nuts. I can't believe that sweet child. He is so good at dance games.
Yeah, he full perfect some new song, I guess, called V3. It's like a D24.
Yeah,
and
it's casual.
Yeah, just like the day it came out.
I
guess,
can't
or like
pass
the day.
D24s.
Yeah, and he like full perfects it, and it has like ridiculous runs. I'm like, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, very impressive.
He's nuts. So yeah, well, I guess we'll see soon whether or not these leaks are real. I don't know. What do you like? Is this bad? Is it good?
It's bad, I think. It's a little bit of a spoiler.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's a lot of people that it's kind of like an incremental thing, you know, people are working towards it. And so now a lot of people probably don't have motivation to work towards it anymore.
Well, the only person, like, so I was thinking the same thing for Ace Race is difficult, and like Endymion Expert, that was really fun for me because like it was a bunch of us all like coming together and trying to be the first person to pass them and like be the first person to reveal it and getting a little farther each time.
Yeah, and that song is something that like pretty much everyone can kind of do.
Yeah, like I mean, you certainly have to be a top tier, but at least it's like a little bit more accessible. The only person that was trying to get Ace Race's Expert was Fefems, because he was the only I think him and Chris are the only two people that can pass, maybe Brosoni, that can pass Endymion's CSP on Life 4 with a 950k or above.
Yeah, Brosoni actually got pretty far.
Yeah, he got really close.
He got like 860k or something.
It was really nuts how close he got.
Yeah.
So maybe those three people, and like Chris doesn't care, and Brosoni like doesn't play as much, and Fefems can't, like he doesn't live near a machine.
Yeah, so maybe enough time has passed.
Yeah, like, I mean, I could have seen them being released already. Like, that doesn't mean that it's good that they were revealed by someone else. That seems kind of weird and might make Konami like kind of pissed. But I don't think there was as much competition. Like, if that happened for Ace Race's Difficult, I would have been really sad. Because, like, that would have been a real spoiler.
Yeah,
like,
there was an actual race for that.
Yeah, fucking Ace Race's Expert. Like, I'm not slugging through Endymion to find out what, like, as soon as we found out that the basic had a different skeleton, I was like, well, fuck, you know, like, what's the Expert gonna throw at me this time? Like, it's not even like, oh, well, at least we know the Difficult, and then we can learn the Expert, like, a little bit easier.
Yeah, it has, like, a 400 BPM speed up.
Yeah.
I mean, or, like, the majority of the songs kind of 400.
So it's like 50 to 400 instead of like 100 to 200 or whatever the Difficult was.
Yeah.
I think that even the slowdown is half speed, like even half more speed.
And then are the stops, I'm not familiar with the Difficult enough, are the stops at the end different?
They are, but they follow the music perfectly instead. So it's dun 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 dun. So like that's actually a little bit easier than the Difficult, which is just like stop, like jumpy stops, and I'm just like ha!
Yeah. But it still at least throws something different in there.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah, so besides that, there's a couple of other new songs that are out. So I guess not everything came out in America. But the one that did come out, or the couple that did come out in America are Ruru Ichiban, Luminous Days. These are all spelled in Japanese, actually.
Yeah.
Shikariki Relation, Tatakai, Dun dun dun.
It's so stupid. Dun 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 dun. V with 5. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a Roman numeral or not.
Yeah, and then there's 3 songs that did not come out in America. They're Japan exclusives.
Oh, whoops! And I didn't write one down. Hold on. It's the Yokoso Japari Park, whatever.
Oh yeah, Yokoso Japari Park, and then Rin Tensei, which I really like that one a lot, and More One Night, and
No, not that one. Don't look at that one. That's
okay, so just those, and then another song. I guess you want to talk about that now? Or?
Well, we'll go through the easier songs, and then we'll go into like
these are all from the Tokimeki or Toki. Not all of them, but a lot of them are from the new Idol game.
Yeah, so Konami's pushing more of their Tokimeki Idol game.
There's a folder for it now.
Yeah. So there's the three songs: Ruru Ichiban, Shakariki Relation, and Tatakai Darandan are all from the new Idol game. I actually really like Shakariki Relation.
Is that the one with the crazy background?
No. It's like the pink-haired girl.
Oh, okay.
That's all I can describe.
Honestly, I feel like that's because
these are all hard to tell apart.
Yeah, because they all use basically the same artwork, but just with like a different idol girl.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they would have made the cover art different.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if you refer to them as pink hair girl song and brown hair girl song and
yellow hair girl
and orange hair girl song and just whatever girls. I mean, that's how we refer to all the other ones.
Yeah.
But
that one's actually a good song. Ruru Ichiban is fine.
I actually like all the songs. Like I played them a couple days ago. I was using them as like my cooldown extra stages, like after playing the KAC set.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're good for like warm up or cooldown.
Yeah,
it's good at MFC fodder.
It's true too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I actually don't mind. Like, I've never really been interested in the idol stuff before, but like, I like the songs. Like, they're well produced and they're like catchy, and like I like the background videos and stuff. Like with the dancers, like I think that's a cool like addition. The charts are like not super interesting really, but like they're not bad.
Yeah. A lot of the charts that we grew up on, like we just think they're kind of bland, honestly, but they're fun.
No, and that's what I was thinking. I was going over some of them again earlier, and they do kind of remind me of like earlier era DDR charts.
Yeah, you're right.
And they're like sort of like in that like 11 to 13 range. But they're fun.
Yeah. And Luminous Days is just really funny to me because I tried playing it. And I looked at the world record list, and it was like 999990. I was like, okay, someone has one perfect on it. And then I'm playing it.
Oh, that's like the Christmas one?
Yeah. And then it's like 360 combo, and I'm like, I'm MFCing it. What's the catch? And then I was like, wait, someone in the SF Evolve Discord said something about one of the new songs having a gradual. Oh no! And then I got like 3 perfects and 2 greats, and gradual.
That happened to me too.
Yeah, it was really, really funny though. I was like, it's like this moment of clarity, like like you suddenly realize that everything's gonna be like wrong. You're about to be hit by a bus.
So your life flashes before your eyes before the gradual slowdown hits.
Yeah, deer in headlights. So I'm not looking forward to actually PFCing / MFCing that.
But I like that song.
It's a really good song and a really good chart.
The middle part with like the dubstep part where it like the jumps, it's like da da jump, da da jump. Doing the halftime dubstep thing.
Yeah,
pretty good.
And we were just talking about what songs, like earlier that day, a couple of us were talking about what songs are good at learning crossovers.
Oh yeah.
And that song actually has a ton of crossovers that are really, really fun and really fluid.
Yeah.
And so if you need to learn how to do crossovers, Luminous Days, which is again, it's in katakana, so you're gonna have to look for Luminous Days.
It's like a black background with like red and.
Like a red girl and like a blue girl, sort of, or something?
Red and green.
Yeah, it's for Christmas, right?
It's sort of teal. It's not
teal.
It's
green.
Okay.
I remember it being teal.
You know what
in Japan, they're blue and green are the same thing.
Yeah,
that's
right.
true.
Yeah.
Green chaos. What's up?
Oh, nice. I'm going to call you that now. Anyway.
But the song that we really want to talk about is Reach the Sky Without You, which is a really awesome song. It's a 17 on challenge. Expert, sorry. And then a 14 on difficult. Mm-hmm. And the difficult chart is really fun.
I can't believe how good the difficult chart is.
I haven't
I just played it like 5 times in a row.
It's so much fun.
I played it like 5 times in a row, too. It's so good.
I was just focusing on the expert.
Yeah, the expert.
Because of KSC.
Because of KFC, yeah.
Damn it.
Man, you gotta burn off that KFC with
I'm hungry.
17.
Yeah, so everybody's been playing the expert because of KAC, but and the expert's fine. It's a little gimmicky, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a little extra.
It's a little extra, yeah.
But the difficult feels really solid.
Yeah,
throughout.
The difficult is very well thought out. Goes really well to the music, which is really fun to play.
Yeah,
that's really the highlight of the update, in my opinion.
It feels like to me, for some reason, I get an interesting feeling from that 14 where I feel like there's a lot of 14s that they just have one thing that they kind of spam the whole time. Like Rising Firehawk is on the 14 is just those 16th runs, mm-hmm. or Second Heaven, I think, is the one with the crossovers.
Yes.
But like Reach the Sky Without You on difficult, it kind of does a lot of different stuff.
It does.
And it's just kind of really well-rounded chart.
I agree,
I mean, even the expert, I think it just has to do with the song. The song, like, doesn't really repeat a whole lot. Like, it just keeps changing and, like, it has so many different sections in it that it's, like, not really repetitive at all.
And the stops and slowdowns are actually like stops in the song itself too. They didn't just like pull it out of thin air.
Yeah.
So it's
Most of them.
Yeah,
I do.
All the stops go to like there's like a in the background. It's just it feels so fucking cool.
Especially the one where it's kind of like a big gap and then it has the two and then it goes right into like a little gallop thing. It's so satisfying.
Yeah,
like,
I totally agree.
But yeah, I totally agree with what Roger said. It's like if you want to practice like a pretty wide range of skills in one song, and maybe especially if you're breaking into like 14s, this is like a really, really great song to practice.
Yeah.
It's a cool song.
It's also just a cool song.
Yeah, NC, Noisy Croak, one of my favorite producers.
A little foreshadowing for tonight's set of the week.
You don't say.
Thinking emoji.
But you'll have to wait till the end of the episode to hear more about that.
Yeah, if you're listening on any computer ever, then you can just slide the slider right to the end and figure it out.
Don't tell people that. It's a cheat code.
Yeah, you'll skip over the ads.
Ah, yes. This SAP episode brought to you by Monster Ultra Zero.
I knew you were going to say that. Or Soylent.
Or Soylent, yeah.
Also good.
I had a lot of Soylent when my wisdom teeth were taken out. Turns out it's you're able to drink food, but you just can't eat it when your wisdom teeth get taken out.
Yeah, I was with Jeff at the doctor's office, and she's like, "Make sure he's got some like soup or something." And I was just like,
I got Soylent.
I know what he's got. Plenty of the space age beverage that requires no chewing. He's fine.
Space age beverage. I love that.
Requires no chewing.
They
need to just put that on
if that's on the label, that'd be amazing.
Requires no chewing.
There's a new Japanese Soylent that came out recently, and I'm excited to try that when we're in Japan.
What flavor is it?
It's called Comp. C-O-M-P.
That's cyber as hell.
Yeah.
Why is that
And
funny?
they have a gummy version.
Ooh,
really?
Yeah.
Wait, gummy flavored or it's a...
So they have powder and they have gummies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like gummies that give you all your
shitload
nutrition.
Okay.
Sign me up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you think it's like tasteless, just like the American Soylent?
I think so. They said, the people on Reddit said that the powder tastes even less like something than Soylent.
Is that r/Soylent?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the gummies taste like a milky gummy.
Oh, good.
Which, you know,
I'm gonna
sounds
try
good
that.
to me.
I'm gonna try.
Sounds great. Yeah.
Anyway, Casey.
Yeah. So the other big news item, KAC Group B, started last week or this week.
It's like 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
We're pretty late.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are pretty
we're a
late.
little late, but
I'm sure most people have played it by now.
I couldn't talk during that week, so that's my excuse anyway.
So any thoughts about the about Group B? It's a pretty interesting lineup. I didn't expect Pluto Relinquish to show up.
Yeah, me neither. I think that was the surprise for everyone. So it's Pluto Relinquish, Come to Life, and
Reach the Sky
Without You.
Yeah,
so
that was expected. New song, and then Come to Life, of course.
Yeah.
Also a relatively new song.
Yeah, we were kind of expecting that though, and happy to see it. I think all of us, because it's such a good song. So you don't mind listening to it all the time, and also like the 18 is very fun.
Yes, I think it's
fair.
the funnest 18.
Yeah.
It's maybe true. But yeah, Pluto Relinquish was a big surprise. I didn't think they'd reach that deep into their strange Konami pockets and pull out that gem.
I love it, honestly.
I'm
it makes
glad.
you feel cold.
I'm glad because like I had been practicing it anyway, like a month, 2 months ago maybe, like because I was trying to AAA it. So like I had been playing it a bunch anyway. And I was like, oh, sweet. Well, and it's also very interesting that the challenge only has like 35 more potential EX than the expert.
I think
Is it that much?
I think it's more like 45 or 50 or something, right? It's like 15 more steps and a couple more OKs.
I don't know, but
It's close.
it's close, but like it's interesting because only like the top tier players, like the really like the top 5 or 10 maybe, are gonna play the challenge probably. Yeah, probably top 10, I would say. And otherwise, like, you're probably good just playing, like, the expert. Like, we kind of had a lot of discussion about, with Possession in Group A, of, you know, whether playing the expert or the challenge was, you know, which was more beneficial. But I think like for the huge majority of players, like you can get away with playing the expert.
I think the expert's way harder than the challenge.
Really?
Just because I'm really bad at drills that come out of slowdowns. Like, so basically Pluto Relinquish Expert and Antimatter Challenge is really hard for me because it's like da 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 da. So like just the fact that it's like 50 BPM right there, and then it goes into a 400 BPM section, kind of similar to how Pluto Relinquish does it. It's just, it throws me, like if it's already scrolling up at that speed, like I feel like I can do it at the right speed, but if it's slow and then it speeds up, for some reason my brain just rushes it every single time.
It's so hard to like time. I think Roger, you were saying like it's so hard to like time that first arrow, and like if you get off, like you're just off.
It's like the song is off sync. So if you hit that first like jump and then the drill, if you hit it wrong at all, you're just screwed.
And that's like me mostly.
Yeah, same.
Just like stream
greats goods.
Basically. It's bad news. But I was actually sort of surprised. Like I played the set a couple days ago, and I got 2 greats on Pluto Relinquish. So that was my huge, that's really big accomplishment. But then I got really nervous because I had played that first song in the set, and then I had to play Reach the Sky Without You, which I wasn't super familiar with, and I got really nervous and did not do very well on it. But
that's the trick with KAC sets, is that you also have to be consistent.
What order did you play them in, Jeff?
I played them in Pluto Relinquish, Reach the Sky Without You, Come to Life.
Okay,
that's what I've been doing too.
I did the same because I Reach the Sky Without You, like it's not really that tiring. And even for me, like I probably played Pluto Relinquish like 6 or 7 times that day, and it's not really that tiring for me.
It's like mentally exhausting, but you can like snap back from your mental exhaustion a lot faster than your physical exhaustion.
There's not that many steps in Pluto Relinquish.
No, it's like 500 or something.
It doesn't cap out as highly as like Come to Life does. Come to Life's like over 700. It's 730 steps. So,
to me, like that's like the order of most difficult to least difficult.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking of it like, it wasn't that reason for me. It was just like, first of all, you always lead with your, like in an ideal world without any stamina restrictions or anything, you'd always lead with the song that you have the most trouble with. Second song is the one you have the second most trouble with, and then end on an easy song. So you can always back out early.
Consistent song.
That's what I mean, though.
But what I'm saying is, like for me, like Reach the Sky Without You is easier than Come to Life. But I was just doing it as a little cool down. 17 cooldown.
I mean, that's basically it. I didn't play the challenge of Pluto Relinquish, but
I sadly have to.
Well,
I'm actually pretty happy about it. I got a new PFC out of it. I got a 20 perfect full combo.
World record. Sick WR.
And then I was like, okay, let's go. And then I got 7 on Reach the Sky Without You, and I was like, okay, let's fucking go. And I got 8 on Come to Life. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm leaving. Never playing this again. I'm so glad I don't have to grind like I did last year.
So I'm checking out one of my favorite sites, kac.sfevolve.com, which is a really great resource if you want to see the world standings for the KAC finalists.
Because the Japanese website is garbage.
Yeah. This is a very nice website put together by Mr. Roger Clark.
There's kind of a bug right now where it doesn't really display the finalists for Japan correctly, because Echospherics told me that there's something going on where like they're taking the top, like, I don't know, 5 people from Group B and top 5 people from Group A, and then 2 other people with the cumulative scores or something like that.
Yeah, they're doing something weird.
I don't even know exactly what it is, but I haven't had time to update it. So the finalists outside of US, Asia, and Korea are incorrect.
Well, there's some interesting things there I was going to comment on, though. I'm seeing a lot less blue at the top this time. Seems like Japan is actually going really hard.
Yeah, that's one thing that's... Well, okay, there's a couple things at play here, I think. First of all, we got to give a shout-out to Asia/Renon, because we were kind of giving Renon shit a little bit.
Who is Renon?
Is that 513? I don't know.
I mean, unless it's just some new player that is really good.
Regardless, this person decided to up their score quite a bit, and so they're now where?
Number 11.
Number 11, which is really, really good.
Really impressive.
So, no longer, like, they were like 90th at one point, and like, we were like, this person gets a spot, and blah, 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 but like, they're actually really good.
Yeah, 18 perfects on Reach the Sky Without You.
That's really good,
Really good.
It looks a lot more rainbowy.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I'm glad to see Japan stepping it up.
Yes, and Fafems to Life.
Fafems to Life.
Yeah, everyone's changing their names to...
HKT 48 Life and Bros 1 Life. That's Brosoni. Yes.
Are you going to be...
Who's HKT 48?
That's Hoshikechi.
Oh, that's Hoshikechi?
Oh, wow, cool. 6th. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's killing the game lately.
Yeah, wow.
It's really, really great to see him. I mean, not only is he, like, a really good player, but he's also really, really funny. His Twitter, it's just like... He posts like really stupid videos of him playing DDR, and it's hilarious. And I enjoy his tweets.
Yeah, very happy to see Steven up there now, 23 worldwide. Very cool.
We got a lot of it's a lot more.
There's a
diverse.
lot of competition.
Yeah, there's a ton of competition.
Does anybody know who PAC Rob is?
No.
It's from US. It says 29th right now. 29th. Pretty cool.
PAC Rob. Well, is there a Twitter? Oh no, there's not.
No. But I mean, so. This kind of goes back to when we were talking about the rules when they were first announced and how Japan had so many slots and things, and like we were kind of speculating about it, but like it shows like they're playing a lot more. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
At least sort of the people at the top, but I mean, if you go down, like there's way more Japanese people on here than Americans.
Well, there were. I mean, even last year. There were a lot of Japanese players that played, like, much more than Americans.
That's
true. If you looked in the top 50 last year, it was like there were a lot of Americans at the top, but then, like, the rest of them were all Japanese.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they all had, like, it's
more accessible.
Yeah, they have a reason to play now. It used to be, like, Brosoni, gets the first slot, and last year Gaho cared, and so he got the second slot pretty easily. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, Koji can go at it, and Hoshikechi can go at it, and it's, like, not just a dominating thing. Like... The American slots, I think, were, like, there's still some level of, like, who might go. Like, I'm currently first. Paul can certainly put up good scores. Matt Magden, I know, wanted to try to put up some scores. So, like, maybe they're waiting till the very end.
I don't think Hudson's even played Group B yet.
No, yeah, like, so, like... I can only imagine what would happen if this was a real thing and everyone was given like 8 slots or something. It's just like top 8 from every region.
Yeah, it would be crazy.
Or
like, people would go so hard.
Yeah, even top 4.
Yeah,
top 4. I would love to see top 4.
So, it's just, I think it's very easy. Like, it was very easy last year to just look at like, Jeff and Chris are like, first and second, and why does Jeff get the, like, he has to play in the semifinals, but for Fems, he was lower. It's like, well, Fems didn't have any competition. Like, if he wanted to, I think he's shown, especially with his scores lately, that he could destroy any set. He just didn't, like, why would you keep grinding out the set if you don't need to?
Yeah, the next highest person from Korea is, like, 38th.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty good.
It's still good. Yeah, it's higher than me, so I'm not one to talk. Yeah. So
I just think it's like it's such a fallacy to just look at the standings and be like, this is everyone's top potential, because the competition aspect is what drove me and Chris to be at the top last year, and it's what's driving Japan right now. And so, like, that plays a huge factor, and I just want to point that out because, like, I think so many players have such great potential, and I think if the tournament or, just the community in general was skewed in a way to, like, exploit that potential, then people would just, like, really surprise everyone.
Yeah, I would definitely be playing more. Like, I really only played the Group A for a day or two, and then I really only played Group B, like, the other day. So, like, I could still increase my score if I, if I thought I had a chance of top 20 in the US or whatever. I think I'm like 17th right now or something. But like if I actually had to grind it out, like I could certainly increase my score more.
Yeah.
As I think a lot of people could.
Yeah. You just need to give the right motivation is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, it also really changes my my predictions for KAC itself too. I thought all the Japanese players are just going to be a slaughterhouse, but it actually looks like they're going to put up a really good fight.
I think that we're gonna get to look at the semifinals that happen there. I think they're starting on the 20th, right?
Really?
I think it's like the one of the groups, or the Eastern or Western one, is happening on like the 20th, and then the next one's the 27th, or maybe it's 1 week shifted down from that. I don't know, but
it'll be really interesting to see. I'm excited to kind of see how that goes down.
Yeah, I just think like we should talk about that a lot on the next tap, or maybe it'd be cool to like commentate it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, if there's gonna be a stream or something.
Yeah, I think maybe it'll be. Actually, you know what? It might not be streamed.
Well,
considering Konami.
I mean, but do you think somebody there.
Someone there might, yeah. I'm not entirely sure on the details, but we should look into it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll be fun.
All right, what's next? What else do we want to talk about?
Well, do we want to talk about like the actual standings right now? Is like who moves on and like, or like because this is the last. We're coming up on the deadline for group.
Oh yeah, we should definitely address that. Is that it ends on January 9th in Japan, which is essentially the night of the 8th for us.
Yeah, it's Monday. Basically, you can play until Monday night.
Yeah, it's
when your arcade closes, you're done.
Yeah, it's like 1 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah. So is that when round 1 closes, or are they open till 2?
They're open till 2, but
don't play past 1, I guess.
Yeah, and if you're on the East Coast, everything is closed anyway.
Yeah.
But I think Echospherics had a nice little. Even though I love KAC.sfevolve.com.
Yeah, his actually takes into account the Japanese rules.
He also had a little... So, okay, right. So, from East Japan, right now it's Hoshikechi HKT 48 Life. So this is, East Japan. Then Group A, Star Wolf, Giaz, ACS, and Rio. Rio, one of the best MA players. It's incredible. Star Fox in Group B, Marika 8D, and Yui-chan. So that's East Japan. Those are the current qualifiers that might change. West Japan is Bros 1 Life for total score. So Brosoni. Kirby SDX in Group A, along with DMM.com. Don't go there unless you're not on a work computer. 3TA Edge. And then Group B is Kazane. Is that So in Love? Aced in Love? I don't know. And Blend.S. There's a lot of players I've never heard of, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And a lot of players that everyone's changing their names now. It's actually really annoying. I really want to know who these people are. Because, like, is Koji one of these people? Because I would expect Koji to be pretty high up on the list.
Yeah.
If you type their DDR code into Google, do you get their Twitter profile? Because a lot of people put their
I think everyone's just, like, doing joke names right now, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, the website doesn't give you the DDR code.
Yeah.
Oh,
it only gives you the name.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why I had that bug where it, like, when people changed their name, it lost their Twitter handle because there's only one way of associating them.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then Japan has those like 7 qualifiers for East and West Japan, right? And then the 1 qualifiers for Asia, Korea, USA, currently Renan, Fefems in Korea, and then me in the USA. And then Chris, obviously defending champion, he gets an automatic invite. So
yeah, but for US anyway, shoutouts to Paul is 4th in the world right now, and Spencer from New York is 7th.
Old and strong.
Incredible scores. Paul's so good.
Yeah, I mean, a bunch of people up here. Paranoia Boy, Tony, and Evil Dave, and Jeff Sledge, Steven.
I think it just speaks a lot to, like, you know, people. I think a lot of people were excited about Group A and then sort of dropped off. And like the people from from the first day that Group B was released, like Jeff Sledge, Paranoia Boy, a bunch of these people were just like, "Yep, Group B immediately," like really showing their determination.
Yeah,
which I like. It's
determination.
Like, yes, I can't say determination without someone saying, "Hey, determination." That's a song of the year. I'm like, that's also just like a really common word. It's like anytime I say like green, you're like, "Hey, colors." I'm like, no, like I can't do that. Otherwise, we'll never talk about anything else. Which maybe that's a good thing.
DDR Extreme is green.
It's true.
Actually, this kind of ties back to what I like to say, which is that there's a DDR song for kind of everything in life, isn't there?
Yeah.
Probably death.
Really makes you think.
Makes you think.
Dead End.
Dead End.
Dead End.
Groove Radar Special.
When I'm in my casket, I hope that Dead End Groove Radar Special is playing.
Just put the album art or the jacket art on my tombstone.
Just Dead End.
Not the Groove Radar Special though.
No, not that. I prefer to forget that.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to maybe do questions?
Oh, yeah, we should do questions.
Got some good ones.
You got some good ones, yeah. So is there any that stuck out to you guys? If not, I'll just pick one from our Twitter feed.
You pick one.
All right, yeah, so let's see.
We'll go round robin. So.
Yeah, well, okay, so there's Des Spencer, or Desley on Twitter, asks, are there any tips at timing at lower scroll speeds, like slowdowns in charts? Actually, I do have a tip for that. Something that helps me a little bit is to actually look higher up than you normally do at the screen. So, like, if you're looking at, like, the Judgment, you know, like Marvelous, usually it's marvelous, or the combo, and then the slowdown comes up. Like, try to force your eyes to kind of stare at like something higher up.
Yeah, like I was gonna say the same thing. Is that like during slowdowns, I pretty much look directly at the targets.
Yeah, look at the targets, or maybe even a little bit above. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always stare at the targets anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I think you have to be conscious of, though.
Yeah, you do.
It's because, like, you're so...
You have to practice it, too.
Yeah, you're so used to looking and timing elsewhere. But, yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it.
Also, I think with slowdowns, a lot of people have this idea where, like, some people are just good at them and other people are not good at them. But, like, really, it takes a lot of practice to do these things, and like I think a lot of times some people look at good players who'll be playing a song with a lot of gimmicks in it, and they're like, oh well, this person can just do this. Well, like, you know, they probably sat there and played on Stepmania a bunch, you know, like you can't just like automatically do this stuff. I mean, sometimes you can, but you know, really you kind of got to study.
Yep, definitely.
But if you like, I don't know if this helps, but I played Extreme on 1.5x for like most of my Extreme career.
Me too.
And like I never changed it. Like My Summer Love 1.5, Max 300 1.5. Yeah. Everything was 1.5. And maybe just playing a song at 200 scroll speed made it so that I was like I think I'm okay at reading slowdowns. Like I don't seem to have that much trouble with them. And maybe it's just because like instead of picking your favorite scroll speed for Ace, play everything on 1.75. And for a whole day. Mm-hmm. Just whether it's 100 BPM or anything, just try it. See what happens.
Yeah, and especially if you're playing Stepmania, like you have no reason not to. Just play it on 1x.
Yeah, it's the deliberate practice of saying I need to work on this thing rather than just trying to like learn it by osmosis of like playing how you normally would.
But also, it's important that like some people are like, oh, I'll just try to read 1x. Like I think that's a trap. Now that I'm thinking about it, of just like some people are just like just play on one. Like I'll just play everything on 1x or like 0.5x or something. It's like you almost never play a song at 1x,
that's
like because
slow.
If something's scrolling at 400, you're gonna have and like you play it on like 1.5. And then, like, the 200 BPM section, the slowdown.
That's true.
So, like, it's never actually, like, a 1x speed. Like, you're usually a little bit higher up than that. Yeah. So, 1.5, 1.75, something like that. But just not 4 or whatever you're happy with.
Yeah.
So, perfect next question. Scott Simpson, or a.k.a. Cherry Sprites on Twitter, asks, is it necessary to be able to read on high-speed mods? I get criticized for reading too slow all the time, but I like to be able to anticipate the notes ahead of time. And I think, yeah, you should definitely get absolutely not, or I mean, it's absolutely not necessary to be able to read on high-speed mods. Just whatever you're comfortable at.
Yeah, like, don't look at what other players are doing or, like, listening to other players' feedback and say, like,
yeah, that's
a bad trap. Like, because this player reads this song at 4 and I read it at 3, like, I'm doing something wrong. It's like, no, everyone has different levels of comfort, but I also wouldn't let that, like, lead you down a bad path too much because, like, you will probably, like, it depends on the level of what you're reading now, but if you are reading everything at 1.5, you're going to want to bump that up. Not because you, like, it's how do I word this? Like, you might suck at it at first, but you will eventually get more comfortable reading faster. Like, the trend overall is that you want to read as fast as you can while still processing everything.
Yeah, while still being comfortable.
Mm-hmm. So, like, for most players, that's around 550 to 600. Like, some players, like, I read a little bit faster than that on certain songs. I read a little bit slower than that for other things, but that's the general range. Mm-hmm. If you're comfortable at 300, that's fine. If you want to be a really good player, you might need to bump up just to, like, because you'll eventually notice the benefits of reading at such a high speed if you can still stay comfortable with the errors.
There are also some songs that are fast that you have to learn to do. And, like, say if you're playing, like, Elemental Creation or something like that, like, if you're used to playing songs on, 2.5 or 3, like, that's actually pretty fast. So if you play Elemental Creation, like, what choice do you have except 1x?
Yeah.
Like, you probably want to play it on something higher than that, but if you can't do it, then you're going to be limited by that.
Yeah. Yep. I would say that, like, I think that you don't have to play on higher speed mods, but I think that you should try to. You should at least like sort of experiment with it.
Be able to do everything.
Yeah, and see if it helps. And try and same thing with the bar, like we've told people before, like, you have to try and stick with it for a little bit. You can't just
have
like
to suck at it for a little
yeah,
bit.
you can't just like try it and be like, oh, I can't do this, and then stop. Like,
that's what everyone has said about anything that's different than what they are currently doing forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
You have to suck at something a little bit before you get better at it and understand how to use it.
Just like playing with your thumbs on 2DS.
Exactly. I mean, it's
really
the same.
basic.
Like, that's a perfect example. I'm trying to get good at 2DS. I got 9th done over the last week. I'm really happy about that.
So, kind of another segue.
Congratulations.
Another segue into that, actually, Zencom, aka VGN Zencom on Twitter, asks, are there any songs from other B-Money series that you'd like to see in DDR at some point? So we've gotten this question before, but I brought it up again because, Jeff, you've been playing a lot of 2DX lately, so maybe there's a couple songs that you've been thinking about.
I wonder. Oh man, I can't think on the spot.
Or Persona 5 songs.
Oh my god, I really want to. I want to play every Persona 5 song in every music game. Hold on, I just downloaded the Xenobuzz soundtrack. I mean, I don't think these are great in DDR. I mean, Music is the Answer is one of my favorite songs now, and that's from Xenobuzz. Donkey Donk, I would love to see Donkey Donk in DDR. That'd be amazing. It's just a name like Donkey Donk's got to be good.
OLO.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, a perfect DDR song.
Yeah, like I want to say stuff like Seaside Labyrinth, which is one of the new Dirty Android songs, but it's just like, it's not really great for DDR. It's just like a fun song. I just like listening to it and playing it.
So the Magical Girl Trap Beats.
Magical Trap
Ooh,
Beats
yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
good.
I don't actually know that song that well.
That would fit in really nicely with, like, EDM jumpers.
Yeah.
Jeff, what's that song that I confused with Dead Ball Day Home Run?
Oh, Funny Shuffle.
Funny Shuffle, that'd be a good DDR.
God, that'd be... I've played... Windu made a double chart for that on ITG. That's hilarious. I might have it on my machine. You have to try it. It's really, really funny.
A funny chart.
It's a 12.
Nice.
Oh man, there's so many songs in like U-Beat that I was playing U-Beat for a little bit, and there's so many songs. I mean, I can't.
There'd be there's a lot of good licenses that U-Beat has that I would love to see in DDR. Like, so, how about like a Kiari Pamyu Pamyu song? We had the fake
Tsukematsu.
Yeah.
I forget what the actual song title is, but that's
we had Polyrhythm too, but it was not. It was a cover song.
Well, that's not Kiari.
It isn't.
No, it's Perfume.
Yeah,
Oh,
Perfume.
whoops. Okay, I got this confused.
Same producer.
Same producer. Yeah.
Yes,
But yeah, stuff like that. You know, like some Perfume songs or Kiari Pamyu Pamyu songs.
yeah.
More of that.
Actual Idol songs, please. not
man.
this Tokimeki bullshit.
There's a artist Expander that has
That's Soda Fujimori.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, but there's I guess under that alias thing.
Yeah. No, he makes like kind of trap like bangers.
Yeah, there's some good. I don't remember. I think it was Move Your Body maybe.
Yeah.
Is like really cool in U-Beat. That'd be sweet to transfer over.
So Eric, aka Reborn Sorcerer on Twitter, asks, have any of you tried the Bang energy drink?
No.
Never tried it. Although there was a song Bang in ITG, so
That's right, yeah.
There's also Shooting Star by Bang and DDR. I'm going to take it from ITG and bring it right back to DDR.
Got one here from Daniel Wicked Fedora said, what advice would you give to someone who is tempted to quit dance games for good so that they can return to playing it?
Oh, I hope you don't quit, Daniel.
Wait, sorry, what?
Like, how would you convince somebody, like, if somebody's, like, tempted to kind of quit dance games, like, what would you say to convince them to not do that?
I don't think I would. Like, if you want to quit, you should do what makes you happy. Like,
I think some people sort of say, like, they end up taking a break.
Yeah.
You never quit for good.
Yeah.
Nobody ever quits for good. I don't know anybody that's ever done
We'll
that.
be dancing until we're dead.
yeah.
But,
but also there's like are you rage quitting? Like that's,
Yeah, exactly. That's the only question.
Do you want to be someone who rage quits? I think that's like a good question to ask.
Yeah, I can see it depends on this really, really depends on like the context. Like if it's like, yeah, I'm not really feeling dance games anymore.
Yeah.
Then like
That's
cool,
fine.
do
Yeah,
other things.
yeah,
if you're like, oh, I'm not improving and like then like yeah, it's like okay, like don't actually quit. Like just
take a
give
break.
yourself a break and
I'm definitely feeling that a little bit recently, so I can relate to that sentiment.
Yeah.
But like I just know like I'm not actually gonna quit. So what I should do is look at why I'm having that impulse and be like, okay, just take care of the actual cause of this disease and not the symptoms.
Yeah.
You know.
So let's see. We have a question from Nolan Lee, aka Nolan Card on Twitter. what songs can help me learn switch-offs, or I guess we also call it foot switches. I can't seem to get my head around the ones in Windy Fairy or Spanish Snowy Dance.
Those are really fast.
Those are fast. Yeah.
So
also, Windy Fairy only has like one little.
We talked about this in the. You can go back and watch the Advanced Techniques.
Right.
YouTube episode that we did where we had tutorials, and I think Jeff recommended some specific songs to work on foot switches.
I did talk about, I think, Spanish Snowy Dance and Windy Fairy or something. So maybe giving some easier ones. One of them is Reach the Sky Without You. Difficult.
Oh, is it?
It actually, yeah. So I'm thinking of like 8th note foot switches. So that's one of them. Like, it actually has a few that are really fun, including a side foot switch. Which is
no!
Really, it's so fun.
Side.
You have to.
It's fine.
Yeah,
and it's like 190 BPM. You know, it's fine.
No, the best one I thought from the Advanced Techniques one was Summer Fantasy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah,
slow song, and it's like it's all over the song too. It's not just in one part.
Classic one, Era. You know?
Oh, yeah.
DDR, like, from 5th mix.
Or Holic, too. Mix. Holic does it a couple times.
Exactly.
You can do the 3 downs. I think more of, like Air Heroes Expert is another good one for...
Yeah, where they're, like, obviously, like,
does Rising Firehawk have some...
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a little bit harder because there's 16 thrown in there.
Yeah, 16.
So, like Air Heroes, I think, would be a good example because it's, like, very obvious. It's, like, left, down, down, right, down, down, left, down, like... Those are like the ones where you need to have those down pat before you can go to side foot switches or other ones.
Can't Stop Falling in Love Speed Mix?
Oh yeah, that's a good
I did
one.
it on that.
Yeah, but that's a different. That's like I don't consider those.
That's like hacking it. I think.
Yeah, like you can foot switch those, but it's not really doesn't seem intended.
Yeah, they wanted you to
and
spam.
It's just like it's just one thing rather than actually flowing.
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
I think the question is more about like foot switches in the middle of runs, sort of.
Yeah.
Like Windy Fairy and Spanish Snowy Dance specifically, like they're pretty fast.
Jeff, what's that new song that we played that has foot switches in it? It was one of the ones that we just mentioned from the Idle games, I think.
It might have been Shakariki Relation. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, they're all the same. But I do think that.
But we played one of those, and one of those actually had some pretty decent foot switches in it, I remember.
Yeah, I can't
Nolan, definitely go back and watch Advanced Techniques. It's our video on YouTube, because we have videos alongside some suggestions, and we talk a ton about foot switches.
Yeah. But TLDR, like Air Heroes, Summer Fantasy, both good options.
Which Summer Fantasy? Expert Challenge.
Expert, sorry. Yes. Not the one with shock arrows.
Yeah.
As it turns out.
Go figure.
All right, yeah, so I think any other questions you want to do? Go ahead.
Yeah, there's this one from Alex Andrade. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he asks, what song would you most like to see a challenge or high difficulty chart for? Or what song do you feel has untapped potential chart-wise? And I think there's a lot of good stuff that they could do, especially for a 20th anniversary DDR mix.
Intense.
Yeah, I just really hope, Konami, if you're listening, please just, like, remember X specials? Do that.
But
again,
better.
Except good. Because, like, Konami's writing good charts, like, a lot of good charts now. Yeah. And, like, think about, like, an 18 for, like, Healing Vision Angelic mix. How, like, amazing would that be?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. I don't know about that.
I don't know about 18.
There were some of the ones, like, even some of the Idol songs, like, I think you can do more with them. Mm-hmm. Not, like, high difficulty, but, like, I think you could push them to, like, 14s or 15s.
Totally. Oh, what were there was a couple of songs, we were talking about old Yuichi songs. And we were surprised that... Oh, that's right.
Like
Midnight Blaze. Yeah, I'd love to see Midnight Blaze come back. With, like, a 14, maybe, or something like that.
I'm looking through the song list. I mean, I feel like I've answered this question before, so I can't remember off the top of my head what I answered with before. Like, oh man, there's so many songs.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, a lot of the times as I'm playing a song, I'll be like, man, I wish that had a harder chart.
I know Chris kept talking about it.
But then I forget about it, like, later. Yeah, Chris...
He kept talking about how he wanted like a 17 or an 18 for Zephyranthus.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that'd be good.
I don't think that's necessary. I find like
the 15 is good. I
think the 15 is fun. I also I just tend to like charts, so I'm just like, oh, that's fine. Like, I don't really consider what it could be. I'm just like, oh, I like it how it is. Because if I think about how it could be, then I start nitpicking everything and getting really sad.
Oh, Fire could use a challenge chart. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just put Omid's ITG chart.
Oh god, please no. Please no.
Oh, it's so good though.
I just can't do it.
But yeah, that would be. You could definitely do more with Fire. Oh, I think Chris was saying Hyena.
Hyena would be a good candidate. Yeah.
Totally.
Man.
I think I mentioned before, like this Sterling Silver, maybe the remix could do with the challenge chart. Yeah.
Break Free 19.
I would love that, actually. Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Yeah. That's okay. If we think of any...
I just hope they do something for the 20th anniversary.
Okay, Himawari Sunset is all I'm going to say.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
If there was like a 17 at Himawari Sunset following all the 24th, I'd be really... I'd pop the hell off.
I don't know about that. Here's one last one, I guess. Zanzibar asks, you guys now have the ability to dance like Michael Jackson. What chart would you choreograph a freestyle routine to? Well, Jeff hates freestyle.
Freestyling.
Freestyling, I'm just not equipped to answer this question.
I think we might
Break free.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Honestly, Break Free.
Break free
it's good.
freestyle routine, yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Because break free freestyle.
Oh, Break Freestyle.
Break
okay.
Freestyle.
Sorry, that's the title of another episode.
I don't know. There's just something about that song that I can see, real dancing happen to.
So we want to move on to
Yeah, we'll talk about
the taps of the week.
We'll talk about some Well, no, before that, let's talk about some upcoming events.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So the one I'm most excited about is so as you know, we're all going to be in Japan for KAC, the Konami Arcade Championships, and I know a lot of you are coming too. So we planned a sort of like our first ever meetup, which is funny enough not in SF or even in America. It's going to be in Japan.
We're good at this.
Sorry to the person that asked.
Yeah, but no.
So we will actually do something like that.
We'll do one in America at some point. But our first one ever is going to be on February 12th. It's the weekend after KAC, weekend during KAC.
Yeah, it's a Monday.
After KAC. So it's going to be at the Kawasaki Warehouse, which is my personal favorite arcade in the world. It's an extremely cool themed arcade, themed after the Kowloon Walled City in Hong Kong. It's extremely cool, and there's kind of a lot of space there, too, so we thought it would be a good place to meet up.
Yeah, if you ever want to go play DDR at a place where to get inside you have to enter a portal to hell,
It has like stones with like railings and like a
You can fall in water before you get to the DDR machine. How cool is that?
Somebody I think Caesar's there right now and like posted a picture and was like, somebody just fell in here. Ooh.
Also, fake chickens they have there, too.
It's a really awesome place. We're gonna all be there on that Monday, probably starting in the morning, 11 o'clock or whatever. We'll be there. We'll give more details soon, but so come hang out with us. They got 2 DDR machines. We'll be playing DDR all day. We'll also be talking to you guys, and I don't think we're gonna record an episode because it's probably loud as hell in there.
Yeah, also, Japan is a little, the culture is a little different about recording in public places, so we probably won't be able to record there.
Yeah, well, I don't know. They don't like photography for sure, but they're okay with audio.
Audio's a little different.
Oh, we might be able to do audio. Yeah.
But it's also really loud in there.
Yeah,
so.
But I think we'll try and do an episode from Japan if we can all get together at some point.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
Or just have like a little live Q&A type thing.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Besides that, you have some dates, too, that I want to read out. There's also... So on coming up on the 20th, Genesis 5, it's a extreme random Caprice tournament in Oakland. And so we're all going to be there too. I think we might be streaming it. We still need to figure out what's going to happen there because Genesis is also going to have their own stream. And so we're going to see if we can maybe work with them on that. But we're definitely going to be there. So.
It's like a big fighting game tournament and like other. We esports now, baby.
Yeah, it's kind of a big opportunity for DDR.
Totally. Yeah. Everybody's really excited about it, and I'm excited about it too because I've actually never really competed in a extreme tournament.
Yeah,
so
and cool. Random Caprice is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Work on your marvelous timing.
Yep, work on your marvelous.
It's very different in extreme than it is in.
It's hard.
It's way harder. Also on the 27th, so that's the weekend after it, speaking of freestyle, the Freestyle Takeover Tournament in Round 1 San Jose. We'll be there too. We probably won't be competing in that just because I think we're all too busy to really think of a freestyle routine, but I'm definitely going to go
I
there
mean,
and
I'm
watch.
definitely paralyzed with fear from the idea of doing
I'm not. No.
But I love freestyle, and I said this in the last episode too. I love the trailer that they made for Freestyle Takeover, so we're going to be there and show our support. And that's it. So next up, we'll talk about the set of the week. Gave a little foreshadowing of what it might be, because we were talking about NC, which is a really good DDR.
Yeah.
So what could that mean?
But, well, first, sorry, really quick. We did, even though we didn't have episodes, we did try to put out some set of the weeks, like, while we were on hiatus. I think we missed Christmas because we weren't sure if Thank You Merry Christmas would disappear or not.
Yeah.
We're going to try to include that, but it didn't quite work out. But too many people played to like name off everybody right now. But seriously, like I noticed again, even more people, like it was like 25 people. So thank you so much to everybody that has been playing and like sending in your names.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So anyway, my pick for set of the week is Innocence of Silence by NC. It's a great song. It's a weird song. It's got some tricky parts in it.
It's from SuperNOVA?
Yeah.
I think so. SuperNOVA.
It's one of the only songs in DDR I think that has like a 3/4 slowdown. Mm-hmm. It does like so it slows down like half speed, and then it has one part where it isn't quite full speed, but it brings it up to 75%. And so it's just like it's one of the, just thinking about songs that do that, I can't think of anything else besides Innocence of Silence.
Yeah, I actually haven't PFC'd it yet because it's got that tricky part.
Yeah.
I haven't really learned it yet. But I'm going to try to PFC it soon. It's got gallops too, which is weird. And also, I remember, I'm not totally sure about this, but I think that was the tutorial song on 2DX Gold or something. It was the one with Michael Alamode when he was talking.
Maybe. I don't know.
Fun fact.
Fun fact?
Or not. We're not sure.
Or not. I'm not sure.
Fun.
Fact or factoid.
I think it was. Yeah, I don't know.
What about you, Jeff?
I'm picking a song from everyone's favorite mix, Dance Dance Revolution X. It's called Dance Celebration System 7 Remix. And X is very easy to look over because most of the songs are bad and stupid. But this song turns out to be neither bad nor stupid.
Would you say it's good, actually?
It's good, actually. So, a fun 13 just kind of like got a bunch of... I wanted to say triplet, but we were just talking about that.
Oh, no.
notes?
A bunch of, no, none of those. Not triplets like those, like 3/16 at a time.
Oh,
But it's just like, it's a banger, and it's just fun to play. So, play it.
Fun to play is always a good criteria.
Criterion.
Yes. So that's why I'm picking M.A.Y.U, or M.A.Y.U, because I guess it technically is an acronym.
M.A.Y.U.
Was that supposed to be YMCA?
Yeah.
Which was a DDR song and Extreme home version.
Yep, Extreme USCS.
And that is yeah, M.A.Y.U, I think I overlooked it for a long time because like the preview music is kind of weird, but like when you actually play the whole song, you're like, damn, this is cool. It's pretty slow. It's like 130 BPM, I think.
128, I think.
128, yeah. But yeah, it's just really interesting. I played in U-Beat a lot too. It's fun there also. It's kind of cool, like dubstep, I guess.
It's like Complextro.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just I think it's a really interesting song. And the chart is pretty fun. Has cool patterns. Some of them are kind of like tricky double steps, so maybe don't read it too fast.
It partially slaps.
Yeah.
It slaps.
I love saying that things slap nowadays. It's really, really fun.
Actually, I don't know, when you said that before, I don't know if that means it's good or if it's bad.
It does mean it's good, I think.
it's-
I honestly don't know that much, but I'm
It means it's good.
It's like a banger. Like if you're banging something, you're slapping something.
Like, I hate to admit also, but I don't know if corn is good or bad.
I don't know if corn is good or bad, and at this point, I'm too ashamed to ask.
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have brought it up live on air. But,
It's like Yabai. It's both good and bad.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, it is both good and bad.
all right, thanks for telling me.
Yeah.
It's good, actually, and
yes.
bad, actually.
So we got Innocence of Silence,
Dance Celebration System 7 remix. There's just a normal Dance Celebration, which doesn't slap as hard. Don't play that one. Or do.
and M.A.Y.U, which is it's from 2014, and it's a 13.
Play Dance Celebration on your extra stage.
Oh yeah,
The original
original one.
Yeah, you could.
you could.
If you want.
The bonus. The extra credit.
Extra credit.
Yeah.
So, all right, yeah, so that's going to do it for our first episode of 2018. Thanks for listening, and
thank you for playing.